everybody, how's it going? I'm Rob, also known as Graculin. Hi. Hi. We're going to check out some player-generated content today. This is going to be Foundry quests. I don't know what to call them. I'm going to clear out some inventory here, though, real quick, because that's what I do. There is a lot of loot that you get in this game, and you gotta sell it off. Let's see, 22, 3, might need to put that one on. So, oh, let me buy that back. I didn't mean to sell that. That was a herp derp move. Alright, we got plenty of room here now. Let's go ahead and pop that bad boy on. Alright, so, for those of you that don't know already, the Foundry is what's going to allow players to create content for other players. And they'll do that, making little instant packs, stuff like that. So, okay, we have the Dwemer Keepers right here. This is rated at 4 stars, or 8 3-stars. Rumors begun to spread over the discovery of a Mistralan structure in the Neverwinter Wood. These rumors have weaved tales of a lost temple of Mistra and a band of drow followers of Lolth somewhere within the wood. This structure may hold clues to the temple's locations, as Cleric Milan believes. The Cleric of Leroux has set about the higher adventures in hopes of unraveling these mysteries. Campaign-type lore, amount of combat low to heavy. So, discovery of Neverwinter Wood. The Dwemer Keepers Act 1. I always accepted it. And now we are going to go to our journal. We're going to put it as our quest path, and we're going to go find it. Here, this guy looks like he's got some first.
Well met, friend. Feel free to fight. We've managed to...
That's a ugly, ugly man. Okay, let's find this then. Grimstorm Keep. Let's go to the Protector's Enclave. You can actually find out where to go, because you don't just warp there. Speak to the Cleric of Lure in Neverwinter. So we need to go back to the main Neverwinter area. Exciting. Not so much. Travel's travel, though. So let's see. We'll head back. That way. And we'll follow our friendly pixie dust. I don't know if you just saw what I did there, but I placed a waypoint marker on the map, and that's allowing little pixie dust here. Oh, found a treasure chest. Of course, it's protected. Wouldn't be D&D without random loot. I am a guardian with a sword. Well, you know, a defensive fighter, so I got a sword, and I can actually block stuff. He dropped a high quality item. I'll pick that up after I get done killing the rest of these guys. Get my gold, which is 37 copper. Get my sword, unidentified, +2. Let's see what we get. Identify other items. +2 defender's longsword protection, 301 power, 127 defense. That's actually much better than what I'm currently using, but that's for level 24 and only level 22. That would explain that. We'll loot the chest. What are we going to get? Somebody saying die, die. Oh, they're not after us. As you can see, that this game is slightly instanced, but there are still overland areas where you will run into other players, so fear not. You know, you're not going to spend all your time in an instance and never see anyone. This person is running like a... They're having some issues. I'm curious as to whether they're bugged out or rubber banding or what they're doing. But I'll help them. I may have got experience for that, but I did get loot, so, you know, helping that player live and survive and run away to do it all again another day is reward within of itself. So that's all a true adventurer needs, right? If chat's bugged out for you, because I've noticed there's a bunch of people dealing, but no one said anything yet. If you're having troubles chatting, feel free to throw me a... Ooh, I just rubber banded pretty bad. Feel free to throw me a message on Twitter at, at Craculin. Just, got any questions, just, you can send them to me that way, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. If you give me a second, I'll throw up my, client so I can see if anybody does toss me a tweet. So, okay. Got any questions, feel free, like I said, toss a tweet at me if chat's not working very well. And we're off to Neverwinter Enclave to go do a discovery in the Neverwinter Wood. Stop here. I enjoy the effect around... Looks kind of Lord of the Ring-ish, to be honest with you. With that effect around the fire, lets you know that it's a healing and spiritual zone. Ooh, what do we have here? F to travel, Protector's Enclave, go there. Every time I see that map, it kind of reminds me of Rio. You got that statue there, and I think of Big Jesus standing on the mountain, looking over Rio de Janeiro. Alright. Okay, so we need to head north. I try not to use... the little pixie dust track. Just because if you do, you'll miss all the scenery, and there are really some sights to behold within the city. I'm going to go out of off the beaten path here real quick just to show you. It's a really good looking game. There's somebody's companion. It's like a ghost. That is just freaking awesome. Companion vendor, okay? Bag of haunted necklaces costs 96,000 astral diamonds. This bag contains a variety of haunted jewelry. With each purchase, you may reach into the bag once and pull out a single necklace. Each necklace can be used to summon the ghost trapped within your side. So this merchant right here is going to be the person that you can get those ghostly companions you see. And this one is falconry hoods. This allows you to have falcons. So if anybody asks, hey, where do I get the ghostly companions? Ghostly companions come from the companion vendor in the Hall of Justice. I wonder if that screenshot actually will... That's Sergeant Knox. It's the good man who pretty well started our entire little adventure in the land of Neverwinter. Let's go to this cleric up here. So, there are NPCs already placed around Neverwinter that you will be able to tie your quests into, and this happens to be One of them. The cleric smiles at you. Greeting. You then speaks. You then speaks. User generated. Thanks, Tragic Dreamer. We appreciate it. See, Melly, there are racial abilities. A lot of them are kind of passive abilities. The Drow are going to have an active ability where they can cast Fairy Fire on their opponents or targets or whatever. But as far as, like, my Dwarf doesn't really have an actual ability that's Dwarf that I'm using. No, I didn't pay anything. I hear news of a discovery in the Neverwinter Wood. Why, yes, I do. Some Scots recently returned from the woods and spoke of seeing an inn-like structure bearing the holy symbol of the goddess Mystra. I see. So what do you need? The cleric frowns as if worried slightly, then continues speaking. Well, you see, this is not all the Scots discovered. They also spotted a small band of Drow bearing the holy symbol of Lolth messing around the building. They can have you up to any good. I suspect not. If there were any surviving relics from the era of the Mystra still within, we cannot let the minions of Lolth get their hands on them. I agree. What would you have me do? Will you travel to the Neverwinter Wood, find this building and dispatch any minions of Lolth you find? Please secure any relics or other religious artifacts you may find and bring them back to me. Is there any sort of reward? The church's coffers are not that wealthy these days. However, I can provide you with a rough starting point with no other adventurers have. Any other treasure you find will, of course, be yours to keep. I hope they'll be reward enough. Okay. Travel carefully. Many dangers lay off the beaten path. And here we go. So, one of the things that I've noticed so far with the Foundry quest is that they're not going to have a whole lot of rewards, and I think it's just because they haven't really dealt with how they'll itemize the rewards for it yet, because they don't want people to just like do some Foundry stuff that lets them cheese how they level. Like if I did a Foundry quest and then I tacked 10,000 experience points as the reward, you know, when similar quests at that level were 2,000, and you just kept grinding that, and next thing you know you're max level. So they're concerned about that. So I think that's what's going on. Neverwinter Wood. You get a bonus, like at the beginning you get to pick a bonus to certain statistics based upon your race. So there are clear-cut advantages to playing certain classes as a certain race. It's not going to be game-breaking, but you know, being a dwarf and being a tanky class kind of goes hand in hand. Server not responding. Might have an issue here. We'll find out. Might get crashed. The Delzoon dwarves claim to have found lost Gauntlgrim, but need help in reclaiming it from the denizens of the Underdark. There's neat little lore tidbits in the loading screen. There's also a lore book in your journal. I'll show you guys once we get back in. If you and another player are opposite sides of an enemy, you'll gain combat advantage and increase the power of your attacks. Likewise, if enemies flank you, you'll be more vulnerable. Okay, so now I'm patching. Here we go. So this is going to be something that's entirely generated by another player like you and I out there. And I think the Foundry content might scale based upon your level, whereas the content Cryptic makes does not. It's good to see Charlie's finally in the mood to actually fight. Something that's cool too, if you haven't seen me stream earlier this weekend, is that you get combat pets, companions, and they can be, you know, those spiritual ghosts that we were showing you earlier. They can be hawks. I currently have a wolf. There are other wolves. There is going to be a black panther, for those that drop $200 on the Founders Pack, which I wish I had $200 to spend on it, but you'll be able to buy those later on. And there's a cool mount too you can get. It's a spider mount. Defeat the second ambush complete. So this guy really likes popping ambushes on us. So he like to put a lot of vegetation on the road too. Keep following the path. Complete the temples in sight. So are more drow. The drow are also going to be a playable race, but they are not currently in the beta. I also feel that you can get the Founders Pack and have access to the drow, or later on down the line you'll be able to buy them, but they're not going to be a free race. Here's a daily ability I just used. Now, I did mention that you can't get really heavy quest rewards, but it does appear that normal loot will drop. So, like, I got these unidentified boots. They're level appropriate. And they're pretty good. 36 power, 118 defense. Those aren't bad for soloing. Picking some flowers. Not exactly sure what these are going to do for me. Oh, okay, we'll read that here again in a second after I get done picking all these flowers, because that's what dwarfs do, right? They pick flowers. Okay. This appears to be a statue of Mistra. It has somehow withstood the test of time. You also notice that the spell plague has damaged the pedestal, which the statue rests upon, and has left a serried scar. The remains of a humanoid declares that the danger of getting too close. The statue appears to be unaffected by the spell plague, however. As you look upon the face of the statue, a chill runs down your neck, as it seems the statue's eyes are looking down at you. You quickly take a second look upon the statue's face, and you are sure it was just your imagination. Now I have options on what to do, so I'll examine it in detail. How would you like to examine the statue? Use knowledge of ancient religion. I don't have this skill. Don't have arcana. Use knowledge of dungeoneering. Examining the statue closely, you wipe away some moss to reveal a small blue pendant that has come loose from the pedestal which the statue rests upon. You decide that the pendant is not worth very much. You carefully remove it from its socket and put it onto your bag to give the cleric Milan upon your return to Neverwinter. Leave the statue alone. Okay, and you can't damage it. Alright, I just wanted to see if there's any other outcomes that I'd get from interacting with it. Doesn't appear so. Defeat the drow looters and their spears. This book is heavily damaged and is useless. Accidentally moving the book aside, you see a harper marking denoting the presence of nearby unsafe magic. The large crystal inside that small alcove is an abort exit. These are placed throughout maps within the Dwemer Keeper's campaign series. Use these only if you must leave the mission without completing it. If you do use these crystals to abandon the Dwemer Keeper's campaign mission, you'll need to drop the mission from your journal and retake it to do the mission again. Okay, so those crystals right there are if you get stuck or you run out of time and you got to get the heck out, you can use that. There is a thing on the web page. It's kind of bad. The site is actually going under a redesign, but there will be a new, better site soon. But if you don't have an ad block running, you will see on the right-hand bottom corner that there's a box that shows that we're streaming something on our page. You gently unravel the Drow scroll, and the dresser to find it scribbled with what appears to be writing in a Drow language. After you read the note, you decide you should give it to Cleric Milan. Okay. As you take the scroll, a shaft of sunlight from the window shine down upon it, and the scroll immediately disintegrates into fine dust. Okay, so the person who did this actually did some pretty good detail, because they had to build this building and populate it. There's no deflated balloon, but there could very well be a teddy bear. And there's a dead head on the wall right there. You think I would have seen that trap the first time? Alright, secure the relics complete. Now I just gotta kill some spiders. Ooh, that could have been disastrous. Alright, I defeated the Drow looters, defeated the spiders, exit the village through the doors and return to Neverwinter. Notice that the escape abort hatch is gone now since we completed the mission. 60! It's 60. It's going to be the level cap. 30 is the level cap for beta. That's probably one of the more off-putting things about the game to me. But you know, design decisions are hard. You know, they have to figure out ways to make progression work, and that's the way they went about it. You know, some of the purists out there that are say, oh, cap should be 20, maybe 25 if they get crazy at the end. I understand. I don't disagree. When I first logged on and saw a GM standing there at level 60, I was like, WTF? You know, what? But hey, you know, they had to make a decision. They went with it. I respect that. We'll deal with it. I do like the way Turbine did it, though, where they had like multi-stage little levels, but it is what it is. You've returned. I began to get worried. Did you find anything of importance? Yes, I found these relics, a vase, an orb, and a book. There were indeed some drow there. They were collecting a vase, 3 items, a book, an orb, and a vase. I'm surprised anything survived looters, let alone having a whole building dedicated to Mistress surviving Spell Plague and the Cataclysm. Now that this building has been secured and these relics are safe, I'll fund an expedition to study the inn in more details. Glad to have helped. Now that it's over, I'll be on my way to do the relics. Hold any clues. And now I'm telling what the drow said. You repeat a phrase, you hear the drow say. That roughly translates to the power of the goddess Mystra is the property of the goddess Lolth. This is not good. Sweet. Not good. According to this holy book, it was called Dwemer Keeper Inn and used a place of residence and training for new recruits. It also says this was a rest stop for travelers on the way to a place called the Dwemer Keeper Temple. Very interesting. It's going to take some time to study these relics. I'm sure we'll discover new things in time. Well, I'm glad to have helped. Or I can ask about the temple. Thank you. Dungeoneering. I found this amulet by an ancient statue of Mystra. He looks it over and points to a mark on his back and says, "You see this symbol? It is a four-pointed star set on top of a hollow disc. This is representative of a far more ancient incarnation of Mystra. Thousands of years ago, she was known as Mistral and was the goddess of not only magic, but also time itself. This is interesting indeed. I've heard that there used to be a small sect of followers of the goddess of magic that continued to worship her by the goddess's original name, faith, and virtues. All the more reason for us to continue studying this holy book and send an archaeological team out there to learn more." Listen to him. "Thank you once again. Don't forget to stop by the chest by Sergeant Knox for the small reward I was able to offer for your service." Bid him farewell. There's a small chest by Sergeant Knox. Really? I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Oh, cool. So it's a level appropriate item. This is interesting. This is better than what I thought. I didn't think we were going to get anything. My inventory's full, so I couldn't take it. Alright, so let's sell some stuff. Come on, buddy. Let's see. Those are level 21 boots. We'll sell those. We'll sell that since it's not available to use yet. Sell that. Did I sell my fire sword again? No, I didn't. Okay. See, it's level 24 sword, level 24 sword, level 24 sword. Only gonna need one 24 sword, so let us identify this one. It's a level 2 Defender's Longsword Respite, 3 on Power, Defense, Recovery, Enchantment slot. It's pretty good. Alright, so let's go over here. Continue to take that. Oh, we got experience points too. We got 666 copper. I don't see... We got 1,879 experience points. So we were appropriately rewarded for doing that player's content. That's good. Hey, Tweak, talk to Kelithar, get OBS if you don't want to pay anything. Don't use XSplit because you can't use game capture on the free XSplit. You can only use game capture when you have a licensed version of XSplit, which is going to cause frame stutter and stuff. Alright, discovering Neverwinter Wood, author Captain Zevilar, review, quest rating. The guy did a good job. I'll give him a 4, give tip. What is this? Give the author of this mission some of your resources. Appreciate a good job. You have 425 astral diamonds available to tip, and you can tip 3 more times a day. Oh, that's sweet, right? I'm gonna give the guy 100 astral diamonds then. I haven't done the whole campaign yet, so I'll stick it at 4 stars too. What do you think of the mission? You could use a little less shrubbery. on the path to the house in the woods. I like the level of detail that you placed on the item descriptions. Quest accepted. A high road, Cleric Milan. So we'll have to go back and talk to him. We leveled, so let's hit Control P, see what's new. New encounter power, Lunging Strike. Scroll down here, Lunging Strike 3. Make sure that it's equipped there. Good there. New feats are under 15 feat points. Here we go. Commit to changes. Okay. New task. This task won't clear. It's like a bug. I've done that quest. It keeps trying to give it to me every time. No, you're fine, Tweak. If you want to ask questions, if people want to answer you, and you want to be engaging, you're more than welcome. Alright, so let's see where this goes to. Milan greets you with a bow and speaks. Greetings again, Graculin. I assume you're here to see if I've discovered anything about the Neverwinter temple we spoke of last. Well met, Milan. Yes, have you found anything? Oh. Forgot to check this out, didn't I? Okay. 10 AC, 59 power, 191 defense. I don't think so. We're not going to go with that. Alright. So what should we use? Longsword of Fire. I'm going to use this longsword of fire over the other ones. Those boots are for 25. The shield is 24. I think I can use this ring now. No, it's level 25. Let's see. Can't use that ring yet. Can't use those boots yet. This stuff can all be sold. Let's see, my pet actually can go for trading as well. Let's go to character, companions. You see your pet has a little mini character screen here. You has equipable items. He's leveled. I have to send him off for training. It takes 21 minutes to train him. See, you could have multiple pets, so you could stagger and juggle them back and forth as you're sending them off for training. You can rush them for training for Astral Diamonds, which is something you can buy with Zen, or you can get on a daily basis from praying, so you can witch in 23 minutes and want to pray again. Aragorn, we had keys a long time ago. We don't have any now. I'm sorry. That was a couple days ago. Hold on a second. Yes. You can't navigate to the stream from the website, but here it is. It's MMORPG.com/streams.cfm. So if you click that link, that will take it to you. Also, if you are on the main page of MMORPG.com, if you look on the right-hand side, it's not up and running. They must have done something. There is a... Yeah, it's not working. There's an ad going there right now. Underneath our latest features, where there's an ad box, normally that ad box will populate with the stream if somebody's streaming. So, there you go. No, I appreciate it. Don't worry, I don't do anything. Hey, I just went to sell some stuff during that small break, so don't worry. If you see a commercial, I stopped streaming, so you're not going to miss anything. Okay, so these Saloon's tiers go to Bounty Masters, so it actually was worth looting them. Let's see this belt. 67 defense. Okay, we're going to sell you. Sell you. Gonna keep you. Keep you. Sell you. Sell you. That's a nice sword too. I'm gonna keep that sword. I just want to see if this fire sword has like some kind of effect or whatnot. Alright. Let's go back and pick our quest back up. Just want to see something real quick. If you're curious, this is where you go to form a guild. The guild registrar. A lot of people can't find that. It's kind of out of the way and it's not marked on the map. Hopefully they'll fix that for the next beta. This is a scrying glass. It shows you like a vista, kind of like in Guild Wars 2, of the Protector's Enclave. Different shields have different graphics. Different armor has different graphics too. This looks pretty cool. Even at low levels, you have cool looking armor. So that's nice. You're not like, oh, look at me and my frickin' brownie paper towel for my armor, because I'm a low noob. So, alright. Have you found anything? Yes, I have. The Holy Book of Mystery discovered makes notes about the location of the Neverwinter Keeper Temple being not too far from the inn you found, only about a mile or so farther north. I shall head there immediately. No, wait. I don't know the exact location. You could search for days in that wood and never find it. Plus, according to the Holy Book, you'll need some sort of key to enter. If you try and enter without the key, it specifically states, intruders will suffer a fate worse than death. So where's this key? I know a merchant that deals in rare magical devices and keys. She's an elf, and rumor has it that she was around before the spell plague. You want to seek her out. Her name is Simon. I can't pronounce that. It's mostly instance. I would say it's about equivalent to DDO as far as instances go. Like what I'm in right now is kind of instance. It's more like one of the open areas, the city hub. But once you drop into a dungeon, that's an instance, just like in most other games where you have like a 5-man dungeon that's instanced. Once you get to a door, by the way, too, an exit, you can fast travel pretty much to any other entrance in the area. Like, I'm at the Sleeping Dragon Gate. Oh, of course it's going to make a liar out of me, right? What's up with this? There we go. Okay, so I'm at the Protector's Enclave. I went to the Sleeping Dragon Gate. I could go over here to the graveyard. I can't go to the cavern yet. I can jump over here. Haven't been to those yet, so I haven't been asked to go there. But, let's see. Apparently this part of the quest takes me to Black Dagger Ruins. This is a mapped area. This is going to share with people. It's like a little wilderness area in DDO. Tweak, it's a commercial because you just rejoined the channel. I'm not going to hold up because you left the channel and came back and ran into a commercial. Plus, by the time I see you say hold up commercial, the commercial's probably done playing. Oh, I skipped onto the wrong one. So let's go to J, the journal. We want to go to the high road. We left Neverwinter, but we went to the wrong area.
Need something?
Oh, here we go, on the high road. Totally missed that. Because it didn't have a quest indicator, so it's just like right over my head. Travel on the high road complete. You've come across the campsite. The fire sparkles, which indicates that you can interact with it. The campfire looks like it has just started to be set up. You see signs of a struggle around the campfire. You look around, you hear rustling in the trees, and then it's about at least one drow wrestling with an elven woman. Her attackers immediately notice your gaze, and the drow rush to attack. I guess no one really told them the drow are pretty much sunblind. After a while doing this, I guess a lot of drow renegades these days. Loth would be very upset at all these drow with the amount of spiders who are getting killed. Okay, I saw a pair of green boots fly away from that drow when I killed it, but did I pick it up? Oh, I did pick it up. Look at that. Let's see. Piercing Defender's Greaves. 130 defense, 13 armor, level 25. Real cool, by the way. You can dye things. Now I'm green. That's pretty cool. That's good. Good little palette there. I like green. If you didn't notice, the room's green. She smiles and says, "Oh, thanks, Coralon. Those drow are about to kill me." Calm down, you're safe now. Wow, she looks rough. Jeez. That's an old-looking elf. She seems a little surprised at your words, and Naza speaks. Did he now? Yes, I'm Lady Samantha of House Leaderstalk. Okay. It's going to be meh. Walking Dead does come on tonight, yes. She is one of the Walking Dead. She escaped her TV show and made her way into my video game. I don't know if you can transfer bonuses from one item onto another one. We can test that out here in a second, though. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you talking about you can go in here and remove that Azure brand? Like if I wanted to, I could take that socket out of there. I know you can transfer appearances. Oh, I gotcha, I gotcha. Yeah, like if I get a new chest plate to keep this look, I could transfer appearances. Tell me about the key I seek. Where's the key now? Still within Lilum's vault, of course, I doubt even Nithril is found it yet, for really few even know of its existence, so how do I get the key? As I said, you are not the only one seeking the Dwemer key. It would appear the group of Lulz minions are also after the key. Fortunately for you, they already know what I just told you, and they know where the vault is. Are you mad? How's that fortunate? Well, I can follow them. You would never survive a trip into Zonal, at least not to Lulum's vault. No, it is better that you let the Drow find the key, then take it from their dead bodies as they approach the Dwemer temple. Oh, you are clever. I would like to think so. After all, you don't get to be my age by being dull. Here's what you will need to do for me, and I will reveal to you the exact location of the temple key, where you can ambush the Drow and take the key. Continue listening. Retrieve your belongings. We'll do what you ask. Good. Meet you back here once we have the belongings, and I will tell you where to find this temple. So this guy put a lot of dialogue into these quests, so he definitely worked at it. Similarly, I enjoy the game. It's like this quest we're on right now is a player-generated quest. I think that things of this nature are going to be what helps developers keep games relevant, due to the fact that they can't keep up with the content churn. Locate the ogre's cave. Really? Oh, that doesn't just kind of stand out there. I'm like looking around like, where's the ogre's cave on a plane? Big, huge there. If you notice, I'm not holding down my left and right button to move my mouse like this. There's actually a reticule to where you aim, and you have to use your left or right mouse button to attack, and then you have additional abilities bound to your Q, E, R keys and tab. You also have 2 abilities on 1 and 2. You have 7 abilities. You can have up to 7 abilities active at one time. You have up to 3 potions, which are bound to 3, 4, and 5, and then your mount is bound to 6. So if you're a clicker, you can't be a clicker anymore and play this game. It's not going to work out for you. So one of the big surprises that I didn't know about was the fact that companions, or combat companions, I had absolutely no idea that that was going to be the case, even though I've been waiting for this game for a while and found it, obviously. I totally missed that fact that companions would be combat companions and not just, here we are hanging out around you. I haven't tried to. I guess if you really wanted to, you might be able to. You can rearrange your heads-up display. This way. I've moved some stuff, like this window menu was normally up here. I just kind of moved it out of the way over here so you don't really see it. Inventory back, so that's over here. Item notification, bug report, mission tracker, your mini map, invoke the gods. This is just a reminder to pray every so often. There you go. You can rebind all your keys and the options. Yeah, keybinds. There you go.
So it's not too bad to use the Q, E, and R. I might actually have to go back and rebind my keys in Terra, just because I've been playing with this now. Like you can block with Shift, and you can actually strafe in this game while blocking and not take damage, which you can't do in Terra as a Lancer. If you're blocking in Terra, you're planted in place, which kind of sucks. Uh-oh. You spawn in the rock there. That's not so good. Harper Mark Scroll. Leave a scroll alone. That's an abort crystal again. Oh, he put a trap right there. That kind of sucked. My wolf is stuck in the ground over there. Beta's beta. Gonna get bugs. That was one of my dailies I just used right there. The Q and the E are kind of tight. You know, I may end up changing the maps eventually, but for right now, it's getting used to it. It's not too bad.
Yes, Stumps, this mission that I'm on right now is a player-created mission in the Foundry. I have defeated 50 kobolds. Which, I guess maybe that goes in my lore somewhere. The customization comes from your feats. Like I chose to up my toughness, which increased my maximum hit points, become more durable, and then I went up here to generate more threat. So this is the Guardian Fighter. Duration of prone, shielded resurgence, action surge. Let's see, ability focus, effective strength, increases damage power is used by your shield. So you can make yourself a little more damage dealing. But pretty much, I would have to say that they're pretty well fixed in their roles. But that's why there will eventually be so many different classes. There's going to be 5 unreleased. There's only 3 currently in this first beta. There's this the Guardian Fighter. There is the Trickster Rogue, and then there's the Cleric. So you have a tank, a healer, and a DPS. You will also have the Control Wizard and the Two-Handed Warrior, which is the Great Weapon Fighter, I think is what it's called. And I can only imagine that they're working on other classes. Holy cow. That dude hit like a truck, and my companion's just over there like, oh, it's cool, right? He's like, you got this, bro. They're 2 classes. They're not 1 class. They're 2 classes. See, my pet just stands there and dies. He's like, it's cool. That's one of my biggest complaints about companions, is the AI on them right now is really bad. Correct. Great Weapon Fighter is a melee DPS, which the Trickster Rogue's a melee DPS too. And then the Guardian is the tank. Yes. And there's going to be races too. So while not here upon release, I can almost guarantee you there's eventually going to be an orc will probably be playable, or a half orc. Something's going to end up, along those lines. Especially with this being Neverwinter, make your way to the next complete a shadowy figure blocks your path. Abandon your task, or suffer eternal darkness. Oh, sweet. After defeating 3 shadowy figures, they coalesce back into one. As it speaks, its voice becomes gradually softer and softer until both its voice becomes silent and the creature disappears into the darkness. You've won this battle, Graculin. Next time, you won't be so lucky. You're left with a feeling of uncertainty as chills run down your spine. Interesting. Are you kidding me? Yeah, my wolf, it's horrible. He's so bad. He doesn't try to flank. That's my biggest complaint, is the wolf is supposed to be a DPS pet, so he should flank. He should know to flank it. Yes, that's a complaint we've had too about traps, and we've voiced that concern on some of the articles on MMORPGcom, is the fact that you don't have any incentive to look for traps, and they shouldn't necessarily be prevalent in all of the single-player dungeons per se, but the group content should have traps that the rogue has to be on the lookout for. Bunch of stuff about drow lovers and ridiculousness. Defend yourself one last time, complete. That was some battle. Well done, Greg. Why didn't you help me? There's too much valuable information in here to chance to fall into the hands of lost minions. Thanks. Thanks. Alright, and that's the second done. I think the guy's done a pretty good job. Or girl, can't necessarily say guy, I don't know. Need to go pray. It's that time of the day again. You can pray to your god once an hour and you will get some different bonuses. Usually it seems to be like a damage bonus, some unrefined astral currency. I don't know when it ends, to be honest with you. They said it ends Sunday night. It's Sunday morning right now in the West Coast, so I wish I could tell you more. I think it's easier to make a 5-man content challenging than it is to make a raid challenging. Right now, the 5-man content is not very challenging. You can kind of steamroll it. I think they can do it. And I think that with the players' help, Foundry stuff, I think that that's going to help out a lot. That's one of the biggest reasons I'm excited for it, is to continue to see what the community can create. You know, like, this guy's done a pretty decent job making this little mission. Right now, I don't think that there is any storyline or gameplay changes based upon your god. I've heard reports, because I'm only level 24, the beta caps out at 30. Some of the people I know that have reached 30 said they start to get a little more difficult at that point, so it's kind of hard to do them solo. But any of these missions that I'm working right now, if I had to do this with a group, you know, it'd be a joke. Got some copper, okay amount of experience points. Oh, I'll give him a tip. Alright, we're continuing that quest chain. What kind of sword do we get here? Here, there's some power from cover defense. 26. I want to say level 25 is the next instance. As far as character creation goes, I already did some of that yesterday. Someone asked earlier about character creation, and I just wanted to get back to that real quick. I'm not going to stop in the middle of this Foundry run to do that, but I do have... I did it yesterday, and let me... We post a link up for that. Okay, there. Right there. That's I did a little bit of character creation yesterday at that link. You can watch the recap of it. You too, Smelly.
Introducing Optimum by Sealy Posturepedic, crafted with advanced optical gel memory foam.
Okay, so the storyline. The main storyline when you first start playing the game has to do with you going to get the crown that was stolen. It's not so super exciting. There is an overarching campaign story. This right here is a player-generated Foundry story that we've been playing. It's pretty interesting so far. We just teleported to another part of Neverwinter. Skywalker, if you walk the Sky Bridge. Yeah, the mage isn't in beta. The great weapon fighter's not in beta either, just yet. I'm sure it will be for the next one. The end game thing is very challenged. There's not going to be raids right away in this game. It's all going to be focused on 5-man content for for a while. I don't even think they have ways in here to have groups larger than 5 people. So the end game is going to be, a lot of it's going to depend on the Foundry, I think, of how well people do to keep people playing. And that's why there's been such a focus on it, because developers will spend weeks or months to make a good mission pack, and then a person will complete it in days. So it's impossible to keep up with that content consumption cycle on a content development side. So by having the Foundry and other people making content as well, you're going to get like 9 out of 10 that suck. It's just going to be bad. But then you're going to have somebody like this one, where they've obviously, this person's put some time in here, and they have a story, and it's driving a goal. And I've spent an hour or so today playing it, and if things like this come out every few weeks that are semi-decent from the players, this will keep people playing. But in general, too, it goes beyond just the end game. It's that Bill and I talked to Jeremy Gaffney about this the other day, is that developers have gotten away from making a full game, and they've just kind of taken the level experience and just made that meaningless, where in the past, 10, 15 years ago with MMOs, leveling was part of the experience. It was something that you did, it was difficult, and that was part of the game, and there wasn't such a focus on end game. So it'll be really interesting to see if Perfect World Entertainment later on comes out with content for medium level characters, because when D&D used to put out modules, they weren't for like level 20 characters. They put out modules for like level 8 to level 10 characters. So I want to see how that works in this MMO. Granted, there's a whole different audience of MMO players than people that play pen and paper games, and it's not necessarily going to translate to people in the MMO space that say, hey, I don't have to be a level 60 to enjoy new and interesting content. They could throw something in and slap it and say, hey, this is like geared for level 30-ish people. Now, if they did that, I think they'd have to let people down-rank their characters. But that'd be an interesting take on things, because now you can't have certain abilities that you had at higher levels. You have to master your mid-range abilities and go through and do content, and that could propose a whole new set of challenges for people to say, hey, you know what, I don't have my ultimate skills, but I have to go on and take on this challenging mid-range content, and part of it is to figure out how I can do it with the abilities I have that that I'm being restricted from. Okay. Cough drops 1 every 2 hours. Dude, if they're halls, you can eat as many as you want. No, they won't. But it'd be cool. Cool ideas don't always translate into great game mechanics, though. I'd like to know about a drow excursion in Zlinlanol, and I'd like to know where they are. The young girl nods to you and then answers. From what I've heard, they have already left Zlinlanol and have some sort of magical treasure with them. They should arrive at the temple tomorrow night. If you leave now, you should be able to get there before they do. Thank you. Now keep this between you and I get a lot of trouble if I do anyone was giving you this information. Our secret. Good luck. Gonna need it. Bidder farewell. Okay, now we're going to exit the city through the south gate and travel to Neverwinter. And actually, this yellow sparkle, that's not even leading. That's not even leading to where I need to go. Just throwing that out there. For whatever reason, it focused on another quest. I can almost guarantee they're going to try at some point to figure out how to do things for more than 5 people. Now, I don't think it fits the game, and it doesn't really fit the whole D&D landscape, just because D&D was really not focused on, you know, parties of 10 to 12 people. Like, could you imagine trying to play an encounter with 12 people around a table and everybody having to roll and do all that stuff? That could become quite a pain in the ass, right? Where do I need to go? Travel to the Neverwinter Wood, okay. But eventually, people are going to want... Why the hell... Pirate Skyhole, Black Dagger Ruins, Whispering Caverns, Mount Hot Now, Rough Valley, Velost, Helm's Hold, Icefire Peak, Evan Downs. Yeah. 15? Holy shit. What is going on? Exit the city through the south gate and travel to the Neverwinter Woods. Huh. You need to be at least 5 feet to play that quest. I'm screwed. Oh well, beta's beta. I guess we're done. We're done doing that. Event level 23. Exit the city through the south gate and travel to Neverwinter Wood. Oh well. Yes. You can left click just anywhere you want and put a marker too and go there. You can also, if you go J, you can change the path of the quest you want to follow. That's not the problem, though. The problem for me right now is that I can't go to this Dwemer temple. It's not on the map. So far, I've basically picked where I want to go and teleported there. Let's go do some bloodying the bandits. This is actually a quest from the developers. Need to kill 5 bandit officers and 40 bandits. This is Neverwinter. Doesn't make the world seem small. Not yet, because I'm still exploring it, but I get what you're saying. It's my same argument for why flying mounts break immersion, is that when you travel so quickly across things, they seem very small, even if they're, you know, miles. Like, my guy's running at like 10 miles an hour all the time. I just blocked her spell. Apparently my shield has magic blocking properties as well. I just noticed that my sword has like a red tint to it now that I have my fiery blade. Yes, you can randomly bump into other players out in the wild. There are different instances though, like look, I can change, there are multiple black dragons, the black dagger runes. This one has guildies and friends in it running around. Looks like 16 players per is what it comes up to. Oh, and Hexer's back to kill my wolf because it didn't come with me. Yes, like Terra, channels. Guild Wars 1 also did that too. Or I should say as well, also. If you notice, they have a pretty decent respawn time too, so I mean, you can pretty well just stand here and farm if you wanted to, if that's your thing. The starter kit is at the 1999 one. I think that gets you access into the second beta. I prefer the action to this over Terra for one simple fact. I'm a guardian. Look, watch. See my shield? I'm blocking and I'm moving. I'm blocking and I'm moving. I'm blocking and I'm moving. And in case you're wondering why I'm saying that, you can't do that in Terra. If you block in Terra, you're rooted. That's one of my biggest complaints. The pain in the ass. You can't really strafe very well as a Lancer, and I'm sure Mike can attest to that. It's difficult. It's quite frankly, it's freaking annoying. All right, commercial. Not Neverwinter. Terra. It's blocking. It's annoying.
Get an ad blocker, you dirty ad blocker. The only thing I see, if you ad block, that's fine. Just if you go to MMORPGcom, if you could whitelist that site, that'd be sweet. There's not like flashy, annoying ads on there so much either. So. Apparently I've been killing bandits in the wrong spot this entire time. I guess there's no officer bandits down here. All the officer bandits are up here. All the content providers appreciate that sentiment, Alaska. I'm honestly considering buying the $60 pack just for the companion and the mount and some of the other stuff that's in there. I want the spider. I'm thinking about I'll probably just wait until the game actually comes out and they sell mounts and stuff like that individually. I think I'll buy that spider mount. Because I'm not really that concerned about being able to play Drow. It's just not... You don't get me wrong, I've read almost all the Ari Salvatore books. I just have to read Karen's Claw. But I've read like Gauntlgrim and Neverwinter. But just playing a Drow to me at this point is kind of like everybody else plays a Drow. I'm not level 30 because I have children. Wyatt, I have children. Right now, they're at their grandparents. And in fact, my 11-month-old is napping. I'm going to have to wake her up here in a little bit and then feed her lunch. And at that point, I'll stop playing. It's not that you only have 7 skills, it's you can only have 7 active skills, so you have to mix and match. It's really going to want to drive you to have skills that you play when you're solo and skills that you play when you're in a group. It's not really that repetitive, but I understand your concern. But keep in mind, too, if you ever play the Secret World, that does it as well. It only allows you to have 7, well... Take that back. You can have an auxiliary weapon now, which will give you an 8th slot. That's great, Tweak. Well, here. Look. So I got daily powers. There's Villain's Menace, Fighter's Recovery, Terrifying Impact, Villain's Menace, Upgrade. So I've got 3 different ones to choose from, but I can only have 2 at any one time. So it's going to be, which ones do I want to use? So yeah, there's going to be new ranks of old skills to keep your old skills relevant. But, there are 3 and I can only have 2, so I'm going to have to choose which 2 do I want to have on my bar. Right? And those are considered like the dailies. So those are daily powers, which really they're not daily. It's just when the D20 fills up, you can use it. I think the world, as far as how big it's going to be, is it's going to exponentially grow based upon people adding areas in with the Foundry. There's all kinds of different spots. I mean, the world's going to be plenty big. So look, my encounter powers, I have Lunging Strike, Enforced Threat, Griffin's Wrath, Knee Breaker, and then Lunging Strike I upgrade. But now I got Knight's Challenge, and I got Enforced Threat, which is an upgrade. Into the Fray, then Griffin's Watch, Knight Valor, which is an upgrade, right? So I've got all these different abilities. They're getting higher and higher. I can only have 3 of these. So out of the 5 or 6 available through encounter powers, I can only have 3 on my bar at any one time. And then there's at wills, which are the left and right click ones right here, which there's like 3 or 4 of those I could choose from, and they constantly upgrade, but I can only have 2. Then there's class abilities, combat superiority, mark, shield talent, and I can put those. And the tab slot, okay, that's a passive, I'm sorry. That's a passive. Mark is an active, which is in my tab slot. And then there's these general bonuses, racial bonus, cast iron, stomach, stand your ground. Those are just passive racial abilities. Skills, dungeoneering, I can pick up certain items I find. And then my utility power is block, which everybody's utility power is shift key. If you're a trickster rogue, it's stealthing. If you're a cleric, I think it's, or maybe it's not stealthing, it's like dodging or something. For me, you know, it's blocking. For the two-handed warrior, I think it's going to be a dodge. Kill them all! You tell them, bandit. What's up now, homie? I ain't afraid of no scumbag pirate officer. Okay. Just need to kill 3 more. You can do Foundry missions that people have created in the alpha, but the Foundry's not available for you to create things yet in the beta. Otherwise, I would be doing that right now. I'd actually be creating a... If you see missions out there made by Graculin, feel free to play them, because it will be me, and then feel free to tell me how terrible I am at making missions. What is that doing? Bandit Fang. Cutthroat, Cutthroat, Fang. We're going to have to go kill Fang. I don't know how I resist an AoE with a shield, because it's magic. I said this. Also keep in mind that dwarves are highly magical resistant in lore, so we'll pretend that's how I did it. Wow, my wolf is actually flanking him this time. It's amazing. He's breakdancing. Gonna come in. This is Neverwinter. Yes, PvP is planned. In fact, if you look up here, I have Domination, PvP, visit the Domination Battlemaster. Neverwinter is a brand new game. It is not an expansion. Is Charlie ready to level yet? Charlie, you ready? Nope, he's not ready. Let's see what I just get. Let's go ahead and equip them bad boys, because those is nice. You know, I haven't even gone and tried. It very well could be. I know initially when the game was supposed to come out at the end of last year, PvP was not going to come out at the initial release. But now that the release has been delayed, I don't know if PvP is going to be in it upon release or not. For those of you that asked about people coming and being in the instance with you, as you can see, yep, that guy, those are people not in my party that are here. People with green names, just random other players. Okay, so
Take him down.
let's see, did we share credit for killing this guy? Yes, I got credit for killing him. I would imagine they got credit as well. If not, I'll let him get the first hit. He got the first hit on that officer. Okay, and I got credit for that too. And I got loot from it. So, alright. It would appear that there's open tapping, which means that we both get credit for killing this mob. It's not like he's getting punished. However, what you can't share is these treasure chests. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to ninja it. Haha. Yeah, I know who Zeke is. There are certain places where packs will aggro with one another. Last night I got just overrun with gnolls almost. It was pretty ridiculous.
Well met, friend.
Carl Gnarlclaw.
Feel free to fight any band. Excellent. The Black Dagger bandits are still a threat. And we've managed to get...
So I guess that is a repeatable quest. Okay, so that's the first repeatable quest I've run into, is killing these bandits. Oh, Chief, you can do it here. Hey guys, it's I got to go take care of my little girl anyways. So Chief Sarkhan is going to do his Sunday afternoon family-friendly MMO stream. Today on tap he has Pirate 101. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed this sneak peek of Neverwinter. I will upload this to our MMORPGcom YouTube channel. We will have keys to give away for the next beta event. Feel free to follow the channel, please. Up top, hit the button. You can also follow me on Twitter at Graculin. You can also find me on Facebook. Correct that, Ulin. And friend me there. That's actually like a friend page, not a fan page, so I actually talk to people and stuff like that. So, thanks for coming and hanging out. I hope I answered some of your questions. We got to do a chance to do the Foundry quest. It turns out the guy that worked on it did a pretty good job. This, by the way, right here is another dungeon I just can't get into it yet because it's for level 25 and only 24. Gasp. I will try and do that tonight. So make sure you follow my Twitter, and I will tweet out when I'm going to do that live, and you guys can check it out.